Welcome back to Big Mouth. So finally, I can start my Bodyguard binge, and I've watched the first two episodes because it's hit Netflix out here in Cyprus, and really frustrating when it was over on the UK, and every night everyone was talking about it and tweeting about it, and I could have bought it off Amazon Prime Video, but I thought it's going to hit Netflix anyway. It's a waste of bloody money. Anyway, this show is a freak because it has a male lead. We know what's going on now in the entertainment industry. They've become obsessed with representation. Every film and TV show has to have a strong female lead in it. This one has a strong female character, but the lead is a man. There's no question about that. And it's really surprising how they got away with it, because we know what, especially within the BBC, for the BBC to buy a show that's literally about a man is amazing. And unless you're within the industry and know what's going on politically right now, you don't know what I'm talking about. That opening sequence in the first episode on the train is the most outstanding, tension-filled things I have ever seen. It was amazing. What was brilliant about the writing, and I mean the directing was wonderful and the acting, but the writing was brilliant in the sense of they made us think that this character is so calm and so with it. But as we get in throughout the episode, and as the episode proceeds, you see this is a broken man. This is a guy who's that far away from totally exploding. And what was fascinating about that train scene was his children are on there. But it's not just that he wants to save everyone's lives on the train. He wants to save the life of the suicide bomber. Now, he's identified that maybe her husband's kind of pressured her into this. Now, I don't know what happens as we get into the show. Maybe she's some kind of mastermind. Who knows? But it was an amazing sequence. They're shouting at him to get out the way. They literally want to shoot her, and he will not allow it. Luckily for him, they didn't shoot him, because he knew the rules anyway. It was amazing. It's actually a shame I'd already seen the scene months before on Twitter. That was a shame, because on my 55-inch right here, that was amazing to see, and I would have liked my mind totally to be a blank when I saw it, but it was absolutely fantastic. And as I say, as the first episode gets rolling, you can see that this is a man. This is a man on the edge. He's separated from his wife. His wife's met someone. I don't think his wife's the most sympathetic character, and I think probably maybe because they've been in a marriage, he's been drinking. I don't know if he's been aggressive to her, but obviously they've had issues, and that's where she's coming from. I don't think they've done a good job of showing her point of view, and I think that's because this isn't the story of her point of view. This is a story of his point of view. This is a guy who served in Iraq, and he's obviously been through utter shit. This is from a military man's point of view, and so he's really good at his job. He's protecting this is a Secretary of State played by Keely Hawes, who does a magnificent job in this role. Let me just give kudos to this show in episode 2 for the most tasteful sex scene I've ever seen. That was fantastic. The directing, the angles, they've got their clothes on. It was done in a way that you'd think could never work, but it actually really worked. This is a man on the edge. He's falling to pieces, and that reveal. I've only seen episodes 1 and 2. I don't know if I've mentioned that already, but yeah. So when his mate is revealed as the shooter, by the way, that scene in the car when they're being shot at was one of the most amazing scenes, and I know I've already said that about the train scenes that I've ever seen. It's because they're in the car and it's coming from their perspective, and the way the shots are coming in, the way the sound effects are, it's even more harrowing, and the way the blood splats on her from the driver. Wow. I mean, I've never been in that situation, but it seems really realistic, and it felt effective. So quality, top, well done. High five to the director. I can't even get my words out. It's really early, but I just wanted to do this video while the events are fresh in my head. So David is a fascinating character, and he's masterfully played. Now, Jed Mercurio, who wrote and created Line of Duty and wrote and created Bodyguard, is a genius, but he does seem to have a lot of 24 influence. If you've never heard of 24, it's a TV show. It used to star Kiefer Sutherland as Jack Bauer, an amazing thriller of a show. It went, well, I think it's had about 9 seasons. It was amazing, absolutely fantastic. And I mean, when we look at the character traits of David, there are elements of Jack Bauer there, but this is a different story because ultimately he's a bodyguard. He's not a CTU agent. He's not a counter-terrorist agent, but maybe he gets there. Maybe in the other series, that's what he'll be. Then he won't be a bodyguard anymore. They can't call it Bodyguard, can they? So I would assume they wouldn't change the title. That would be a bit dramatic. But yeah, Jed's work, there's so much elements of 24 in it. It's untrue. Unfortunately, Jed was accused of not getting his facts straight or weren't representing the police and stuff. And he was very vocal in saying, we did our research. Absolutely. A few papers tried to. But I think that's just jealousy. I mean, the finale had 17 million viewers. That's amazing. You don't get those kind of numbers for television anymore. You know, with multi-channels and digital channels and Sky and streaming, there's so much competition. So that's amazing that the BBC had a show. And it's great. Those kind of viewers are going to terrestrial TV still. Episodes 1 and 2, 10 out of 10. This is amazing. I'm actually watching a drama that is top quality, well acted, and what I like about it, it's not kind of it hasn't got that disease of modern storytelling where we're representing cultures and genders, but we're not actually telling a good story. So that's the difference. And as I say, it's really refreshing. I know this will sound weird and hypocritical, but actually it's refreshing that it is a male lead. Because, as we know, we live in a society now that wants 100% female leads. They've gone mad, right? There's no balance anymore. This is the problem. Now, you can say to me, well, 20, 30 years ago, it was all male leads. Yes, but 2 wrongs don't make a right. That's the point. So this show is extremely refreshing. This show has been written for the audience, for our enjoyment. And that's what Jed does. And that's why I think it's amazing. It's just every scene has something powerful in it. Even if there's no action, even if it's just verbal, it really is an amazing show. And yeah, I can't wait to see more of it. And nothing's going to stop me from completing this series. Maybe I'll get another 2 episodes in today. I mean, this is what I love about 5, 6 episode seasons. Because I've come to a stage in my life now where I'm very busy. But thankfully, I'm very successful and I'm very busy. And it's really difficult for me to watch 10, 15, 20 episodes a season, even if I can binge them. It's difficult for me, but 5 or 6 episode seasons are brilliant. And I think it keeps the quality, it keeps the quality intact if you stay that amount of episodes. So thank you very much. What did you think of Bodyguard? Comment down below. Subscribe, share my YouTube channel because nobody's watching it. Like, dislike, just get involved, please. But Bodyguard is